No, I'm record. It's okay. She will have to catch up. Okay? Because we just have one period before lunch. So let's begin. So programming paradigms are basically there's 4 different types of ideas when we're programming. Okay? And we're going to be talking about them. We have programming paradigms. We have imperative, declarative, there's functional, there's object-oriented. There's different type of programming. So we're going to learn about 4 different concepts of programming. They call them paradigms. So in your notebook, basically, in the month of June, we're going to be doing object-oriented programming, and this is called OOP. Now, when we do object-oriented programming, it's different than when we're doing, let's say, database. Right? We have database and different things, so it's a different idea. For OOP, it's good for what? What is this? What is this? Have you ever seen something look like that?
I see.
What kind of program is this?
Mario.
Yeah, it looks like Super Mario. So OOP is good for making games, and you wouldn't.
OP, is it a software?
Yeah, it's still Python, but we have to install some function, and we're going to be making our own game. Okay, so in the month of June, we're going to make our own game. Okay, and this is called object-oriented programming. So we have 4 different types. We did database, we did some function, some procedure. So we have different ideas of programming. So let's find out what are the different, there's actually 4 different ideas, and we need to write this down, okay? So the very first thing, and we know there's a type of programming called assembly, okay? And we already studied that, assembly. And that's called low-level programming. Can you write this down in your notebook? Low-level machine, this is one type. There's 4 different ideas of programming language. Machine language. Why would I want to have assembly? Or what does assembly look like? What does the code look like for assembly? Do you remember? Remember on your exam you had some table you had to put in. What does it look like?
It looks like pseudocode.
It looks like pseudocode. Remember it has LDD.
Yes.
Number 45.
Yeah.
It has MOV 21. This is an example of code that is very low language, right?
Yeah.
Why would I want to use assembly code? When would I use this type of code? When would I use assembly? It's open. Why are you knocking it?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't need a laptop. You need to grab your notebook. We're going to write down 4 things. Do you have a notebook?
No, my bag is inside of them.
You can grab a notebook there. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
For this semester, right?
This is A-level content about programming paradigms.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think I have the notes.
Can you find it? We'll read it here and then later you can transfer to your other notebooks.
Okay.
Okay? Please close your laptop. Okay, so we're just studying in your notebook, I want you to write down the 4 different types of programming. Why do I use assembly? Tell me, why would I want to use assembly code? What is the application? Chen? Why would I use LDD, MOV? What is this useful for?
To represent
To combine the hardware and software together.
Assembly code is good when we're talking to the CPU, right? So we would use low level when you want to talk to the hardware. It's very good for the hardware, for example, CPU. So just write this down, CPU, okay? That is the very first programming paradigm. Is called assembly, low level. Okay. Now we have the next one. It's called procedure or procedural. Can you give me an Wendy? Can you give me an example of a? Let's just read the definition. A program are written on a sequence of commands that change the program state, uses procedures and functions. Tell me what. Give me an example of a procedure and why would I use procedure? Imperative.
Examples like define blah blah blah, but without a return value.
Yeah, DEF. Do you remember when we did DEF is a function, right? Last class we made a function to do what? 7a. Chet, do you remember our homework 7.0a BC? Do you remember we had to do some coding? Last week, what did we code? What did we have to do?
Linear search.
Yeah. For example, we have a thing called a linear search. That is a procedure that goes through an array. Okay? That is a function. What are some other procedural? For example, a for loop. For I in range. This is also procedure. Okay, you have certain steps. Okay? So what you have to remember is the name of the code is called imperative or procedural and have some sort of example. Can you copy Isha? For example, for loops, functions, things like that, anything with a procedure, you can clearly see the steps inside the procedure. Step 1, step 2, if this. Okay? So we already know low level, and we have an example. The third one, declarative. Declarative programming focuses on the project should do, but not how to do it. Okay? You can think of this as you have someone already did the coding, you just have to enter the name, right? Please enter the name of Bob. And then please, it's like you declare what the data is, but we don't know how the data is going to be changed, for example. And an example is SQL. SQL, about the database. Database. In the database code, for example, we have, give me the name. Okay, it gives you the type of data, right? And then I enter in, the type is a string, and it's a name, for example. So you have a program that you just get the input, but we're not too sure about what the data is going to be doing. So for example, database. Database is a type of coding like SQL. Another example is HTML. I don't know if you used HTML. Chad, have you ever used HTML?
No.
HTML is when you're coding web pages. And what happens is the code looks a little funny, but it has these kind of chevrons. So it has like heading 1. And it has a predetermined heading 1 is a certain text size. And so you just have to change the data. You just need to declare what the thing is. Inside that chevron, you just say, welcome to my website. And I don't have to really care about the code. He actually does it for me, and that's called HTML. So declarative is databases, HTML are examples. And then the last one that we have to be able to identify, and we're going to do this in the month of June, is we're going to do OOP. What does OOP stand for?
Object-oriented.
Object-oriented programming. What would I use object-oriented programming for? What is the purpose?
To create a class.
Yeah, it's for basically if you want to make games. Okay? For example, if you want to make Pong, or do you play any computer games?
Not often.
Not often. On your phone, you play a game that's called object-oriented programming. And it's really powerful is because when you make a character, like a bad guy, you would make him as a class. Because if you have a game, how many bad guys will you have? You will have a whole bunch, right? You have some enemies that are going to come. You have an enemy here, but this guy has long hair, this guy has a spear. And so instead of programming so many individual pictures, okay, what we can do is we can make a class. And what can a class do there, Wendy? What can a class do? If I program one character, what can classes do? What is the power?
You can store the character's type and other informations.
Yeah, we can actually copy him and make a clone. And so I don't have to keep on programming what he can do. All I have to do is make one character, and I just copy. I can make a whole bunch of enemies in my game. Otherwise, that would be a lot of work. It's reusable, okay? So you have to be able to identify if a code is machine code. You have to be able to identify if it's a procedural code. You have to identify if some code is declarative or object-oriented programming. And we're going to be using object-oriented programming all this month to make a game. So, are you ready? This is the test now. I'm going to give you a question you're going to have to answer. Okay? Do you have these four names?
The last one, object.
Yeah. OOP, object-oriented programming. P stands for programming. Okay? So you just need to have to remember those names and identify examples of those codes.
Okay.
Are you ready? Wendy, are you ready?
Ready?
Okay, here we go. Here's the test. Okay. Wendy, tell me what type of programming this is. What is this a picture of?
Machine-oriented.
Huh?
Machine-oriented.
Yes. What is the other name for machine-oriented?
Low-level.
It's low-level programming. You are correct. And this is the code to look like. Okay, great. Okay, Chet, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What type of code is this? Define function.
This is loop and
No, look at those four names. Look in your notebook.
this is
We can only
this is
use low-level imperative, procedural,
This is
declarative, or OOP. Okay. This is.
imperative.
How do you know?
Because only imperative has a for what imperative.
Yes, you can actually look inside what the function's doing. They're a function. Okay, you can see the sequence matters. It's used. It has loops and iterations. Very easy. It has variables. All right. Very good. Okay, Wendy. This code right here. Tell me what type of paradigm is this?
Declarative.
How do you know?
I think it's just like giving the declaration for the programs, like the website. It called the functions.
Yeah. What we're doing, we're just declaring what a variable is. What is the male is John, okay? The parent. And this is, what is this? Is this some HTML? Insert into, this is a SQL, a SQL, okay? For the database. Very good. Okay, last one, Ched. I have a public class vehicle. This code, what type of paradigm is this? Low level, imperative, declarative, or OOP, object-oriented programming. What do you think?
Declarative, I think.
It's not declarative. Double check. It's not declarative. It's not assembly code. What is it?
Low level.
No, it's not low level. Choose another one.
OOP.
Yes, this is OOP. How do I know?
Because there are so many.
If you see this thing called public, private, and class, we know it's OOP. Okay? If you see a class are object-oriented programming because it's reusable. We use class systems. Okay? So that's it. Here is the question for you. Now here's the real, this is right from the A-level paper. Okay? I copied and pasted from grade 12. This is grade 12 computer science paper number 4. Let's do it together. Okay. Wendy, can you read that? I'll make it bigger. Okay. What does the question say?
Identify programming paradigm. What's that?
Paradigm.
Identify the programming paradigm for each of these program code examples.
Okay. Male is John, female is this. Tell me the name. Low level procedural. What's the other one? Declarative or OOP? Wendy, you're the first one.
Okay, first one, right? Declarative.
Declarative. Yep. So let's write down the answer. Declarative. Okay? Because we're not care about how the function works. We just declare what these things are. Okay, Chet, are you ready? For counters 1 to 20, x is equal to x times counter, next x. What programming paradigm is this? Is this low level, declarative, procedural, or OOP?
This one is imperative.
Yes. Procedural or imperative? Okay. Wendy, start, LDD, counter, ink, ACC, STO, counter. Tell me. Yes, how do you know?
It's assembly language.
Yeah. This is pretty easy, eh?
Really?
So A-level paper is so easy because you just have to study a little bit about the names and then you're okay. Okay, last one, check. Public class vehicle. What paradigm is this? Low. Procedural.
OOP.
It is OOP.
Private and public.
Yes. Tell me, what does OOP mean?
OOP
Stands for object. What?
yeah, object
Oriented
oriented.
programming. Can you remember those 4 things? That is it. That is it. Those are the answers. You don't need to copy them down. This is an example, okay? Right from the test paper, let's see if we're correct. The very first one is declarative. Did we say declarative? Yes, we did. Declarative is correct. Procedural, correct. Low level and OOP. You guys got 100%. How do you feel? Easy peasy weasy, right? You guys got 100%. Okay? And then other kind of question that would be on the exam is you have to write it in a sentence, maybe give some example. If it's 2 marks, you have to declare what it is and maybe give an example. It says, describe what is meant by an imperative procedural programming language. Tell me some properties. If you're not too sure, what you can do is you look back in the PowerPoint. What are some characteristics of procedural? It uses variables, right? So you could just write down, it uses variables. It uses assignment statements. It uses sequence. It uses loops and iterations. And so at least you write 2 of those things, you get 2 marks. Okay? So that is like the characteristics of what it is. And you should probably know some example of the code. Okay? So that's your schoolwork. Okay? That's the end of the lesson. We're finished early. What I want you to do is on MS Teams, okay? Your schoolwork is to finish 7.1 schoolwork about programming paradigms. I gave you the same question there. What you have to do is just write, using English, the name of this. Okay, you can type or write. Use your computers now, okay? And then what you need to do is describe what is meant by imperative. 2 marks. You need to give at least 2 properties of what imperative. It uses variables, it uses iteration, it uses loops. This is P4 paper, exactly. Copied and pasted from that. Describe what is meant by declarative programming languages. Write down 2 properties there. If you can do it from your mind, you get bonus. If you forget, just go back up to the PowerPoint. Please copy and put this into your homework folder. Okay, cool? Cool. Starting tomorrow, we're on OOP, okay? We're going to be, your other homework is please try to download Pygame. Do you have Pygame installed on your computer, Wendy? Okay, so we have two homeworks. One is finish 7.1 schoolwork about programming paradigms. The other one is I want you to download and install Pygame. We're going to be using some OOP starting tomorrow. So do a little bit of Google. You can install Pygame on the school's computer if you don't have your own laptop. Cool? Okay, let me just close this.